As a world, we anticipate contact with more than human life, but our scientific method has led many to believe that we are nothing but an evolutionary accident, that no display of energy nor expression of trust can carry us personally beyond the grave. You can see the problem. How on earth to deliver, to present a wider view of the world, a bigger frame, to a skeptical, scientific age? This Urantia book is an attempt. Okay, so what do these papers offer a skeptical, scientific age? Two things. The first is simply a description of the way things are, as seen from some other higher frame. The second is something that required this wider view, a revelation about ourselves. Okay, but what do they actually reveal? They reveal surprising answers to three of our most basic questions. Number one, where are we? These papers describe our place in a finite manifold of a more than finite space. Number two, what are we? They explain the components of which we are really made. And number three, the big one, why are we? These authors offer us a hint of a glimpse of our true, personal, potential place in eternity. Now, number one may be intriguing for astronomers, but for everybody else, well, not so much. So let's leave that for later. Number three requires an understanding of what we really are. So let's begin with number two, their revelation about ourselves. Of what components are we really made? And where does personality fit in? Every human culture has had a go at explaining what we are. Our beliefs about ourselves combine concepts of matter, mind, and spirit in all sorts of ways. And it's these beliefs which polarize our groups. In one corner, spiritualists tend to see anything non-spiritual as crude or illusion. Likewise, materialists see all spiritual belief as fiction, and thus not even wrong. Meanwhile, philosophers and religionists try to make sense of the numinous impinging upon our private inner world. The Urantia book coordinates all this in a way which may surprise and delight all our factions of belief. It presents reality as the interaction of four distinct domains. Three we recognize as matter, mind, and spirit, but they add one more, one which motivates and integrates all else. They call this personality, which may seem like a familiar word, but in these papers, the concept personality is absolutely redefined. Now, one thing about these four domains is that each is said to be lit by a characteristic light. Material light, intellectual insight, spirit luminosity. Each of these forms of light serve as currency in the economy of its domain. So, what lights up persons? What serves as currency in the personal domain? This is where love comes in. Personality is illuminated by love. It's against this background of personality illuminated by love that these authors can at last explain the phenomenon of man. They begin by explaining step by step how this remarkable package, our body and mind, evolved, while confirming the basic outlines discovered by science. They add some missing links. They explain why evolution took the path it did, and how a system of mind was woven into the evolving animal forms. But this organic evolution just sets the stage. So let's skip past the biochemistry and go straight to the heart of the matter. The Urantia papers reveal this package to be serving as a womb from which something remarkable is born. They reveal something made of personality fertilizing something made of spirit. This fertilization allows gestation and a second birth. Let's move this womb aside and take a closer look. We find three things: personality, an adjuster, and a soul. Our personality they describe as an absolutely blank page, an unblemished gift bestowed upon a system of body and mind. This adjuster they reveal to be a divine indweller, an absolute essence of an infinite being. And our soul. Here's where it gets interesting. Let's take one more look at that poet's ancient question. What is man that you are mindful of him? In this frame, the answer is simple. Our substance, our soul, combines his essence with himself. These components of which we are really made. Let's take them one by one. Of personality, they say this: the personality of mortal man is neither body, mind, nor spirit. Neither is it the soul. Personality is the one changeless reality in an otherwise ever-changing creature experience. And this: the love of the Father absolutely individualizes each personality as a unique child of the Universal Father, a child without duplicate in infinity, a will creature irreplaceable in all eternity. Of the adjuster, they say this: the adjusters are the actuality of the Father's love incarnate in the souls of men. The adjuster is an absolute essence of an infinite being. It is the indwelling adjuster who individualizes the love of God to each human soul. And of our soul, they say this: personality may survive mortal death with identity in the surviving soul. The adjuster and the personality are changeless. The relationship between them in the soul is nothing but change, continuing evolution. As presented in these papers, our soul becomes a technique for salvaging us from death, a way to wean us as persons from the material domain. But see the simplicity of our human situation. From the choosing we do in our mind arena of choice, the indwelling adjuster weaves for us a soul. The key here is choice. It's our choices that allow this adjuster literally to weave new fibers in our soul. To put this another way, as humans, our mind enables us to discover, recognize, interpret, and choose. Our lives become a sequence of decisions and the opportunity to choose. And the good news? A simple, sincere life of free will moral choice is all it takes to zip together our essential DNA, our two true parts, personality and mysterious adjuster. And simply given time, our true nature unfolds.